Out in the Pacific, a swirling continent of plastic, twice the size of Texas, drifts as a monument to our disposable culture. This is not a distant problem, it's a crisis unfolding beneath the waves, largely unseen. The very plastic we designed for convenience has become a persistent menace to marine life. Our story begins at home and ends in the bellies of whales and the nests of seabirds. But there is hope. We'll meet those fighting to turn the tide and discover how each of us can help heal our blue planet. Join us as we dive into the heart of the plastic crisis and the fight for our oceans. In the ocean, instinct rules. A sea turtle mistakes a plastic bag for a jellyfish, its favorite meal, and pays with its life. Albatrosses, legendary travelers, feed their chicks bottle caps and plastic fragments, turning their nests into tombs. Sperm whales wash ashore with stomachs full of plastic debris, unable to feed, defeated by a threat they never evolved to face. Seals become trapped in plastic rings, suffering slow, painful deaths as the plastic cuts into their flesh. Ghost nets, abandoned fishing gear, drift for decades, ensnaring whales, dolphins, and countless others. Plastic infiltrates the food web from zooplankton to sharks, offering no nutrition, only harm. This isn't just animals making mistakes, we've introduced an alien substance that hijacks their instincts. The ocean's silence is broken by the suffering of its inhabitants, a direct result of our choices. Witnessing this is a sobering reminder. The fate of these creatures is tied to our actions. Their struggle is a reflection of our own habits, and the consequences ripple through entire ecosystems. The vibrant tapestry of ocean life is being choked by our waste. We must recognize our responsibility and act before more species are lost to our carelessness. The plastic tide pollutes not just water, but the very behaviors that have allowed marine life to thrive. The consequences are devastating, and the time to change is now. The ocean's story is being rewritten by plastic, unless we choose a different ending. The suffering of these animals is a call to action for us all. Our choices matter, and the future of the ocean depends on them. We must act for their sake and for our own. The plastic we see is just the beginning. The real threat is invisible. Sun and waves break plastic into microplastics, tiny fragments now found from the surface to the ocean's deepest trenches. These particles become synthetic plankton, consumed by zooplankton and working their way up the food chain. Microplastics act as toxic sponges, absorbing pesticides and chemicals, delivering a chemical cocktail to marine life. Inevitably, this journey ends with us. Microplastics are now in Media Group, close-up of seafood with visible plastic fragments, family eating seafood dinner at table, at stock, at distribute_equally, seafood, tap water, sea salt, and even the air we breathe. The health risks are only beginning to be understood, but the contamination is global and personal. The convenience of plastic echoes within our own bodies. This is not just about littered beaches, it's about a fundamental contamination of our planet's life support system. The health of the oceans and humanity are inseparable. The tide of microplastics is rising and it's inside us all. Understanding this invisible threat changes everything. We are all part of this vast, uncontrolled experiment. The time to act is now, before the invisible invasion becomes irreversible. To solve this crisis, we must look upstream. Most ocean plastic starts on land. Single-use plastics, bags, bottles, straws, are used for minutes but last centuries. Nurdles, tiny plastic pellets, spill by the billions, contaminating beaches and feeding the microplastic problem. Our clothes shed synthetic fibers with every wash, adding invisible plastics to rivers and seas. Inadequate waste management lets plastic escape into waterways, especially in communities lacking proper infrastructure. Ghost nets from fishing continue to kill long after they're lost. The real issue: we use a miracle material for throwaway items, creating a linear take, make, dispose economy. The relentless flow of plastic is the tragic result of this flawed system. To stem the tide, we must rethink our relationship with plastic, from production to disposal. Sustainable alternatives exist, but require collective action. The solution starts with reimagining how we use and value this material. Only then can we stop plastic at its source. Despite the scale of the problem, hope is rising. Around the world, innovators and activists are fighting back. Cleanup technologies are collecting plastic from oceans and rivers, intercepting waste before it spreads. Policy changes, like bans on single-use plastics and producer responsibility laws, are turning off the plastic tap. Community cleanups transform beaches and inspire local action. New materials made from seaweed, mushrooms, and cornstarch offer biodegradable alternatives. The circular economy is gaining ground, aiming to eliminate waste entirely. Individual choices matter, refusing single-use plastics, choosing reusables, and demanding better from businesses. This cultural shift empowers governments and companies to act boldly. The fight is just beginning, but solutions are emerging everywhere. Human ingenuity is being used to protect, not pollute, our blue planet. Every piece of plastic removed, every single-use item refused, builds hope. Together we can create a future where the oceans thrive. The fate of our oceans is not just in the hands of governments, it's in ours. The plastic crisis is built on billions of daily choices. It can be undone the same way. Start by noticing the plastic in your life, the wrappers, bottles, and bags. Awareness is the first step, action follows. Refuse single-use plastics whenever possible. Each refusal is a vote for change. Replace disposables with reusables, a coffee cup, a water bottle, a shopping bag. Use your voice. Talk to friends, support businesses, reducing plastic, and demand better policies. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. Every small choice creates a ripple. Together they become a wave of change. The creatures of the sea cannot speak for themselves. We must be their voice. The future of the oceans is our shared responsibility. The time for action is now. We have the power to protect our blue planet. Let's use it. Change starts with us today. The ocean's future is in our hands. We've seen the journey of plastic from garbage patches to our own bodies. The challenge is immense, but so is our capacity for change. The future of the oceans depends on the choices we make now. Even small acts, refusing a bag, carrying a bottle, starting a conversation, matter. These choices are seeds of a healthier relationship with our planet. Together we can turn the tide and preserve the wonders of the ocean for generations to come.